Friends, I'm Annie Botticelli, and welcome to my Taurus April 2025 Astrology Horoscope Forecast. Calling the theme of this month for Taurus, the hidden is revealed, and there are so many layers on which that is true. We will talk about that. We will talk about birthdays. We'll talk about all kinds of things. We're still in eclipse season, and there is a lot to discuss. This is for you if Taurus is your sun sign, your moon sign, your rising sign, or any other Taurus placements you're listening for. What I'm going to talk about here is part of your astrological picture. And very late degree Taurus friends, so birthdays like May 15th through the rest of the sign, or Taurus degrees like 23 degrees through the rest of the sign. I suggest you additionally listen to my Gemini report, as you very late degree friends will benefit from both readings. So the energy of the hidden space, of things behind the scenes, of the lesser seen things, of internal things, is so jacked for Taurus right now. It's crazy because that domain is the 12th house. And not only do you have long-term Eris, long-term Chiron, short-term Sun, a new entrance of Neptune into your 12th house, which will be there for around 14 years, all in Aries, Mercury about to go in Aries, Venus about to go in Aries, and Aries lights up your 12th house of Pisces. And then there are Ceres, Saturn, transiting North Node in the early part of the month, Venus and Mercury, both retrograde in Pisces, which is ruled by the 12th house. So you can see why this reading is very much going to be about what the heck goes on in this space, because from the planets in the signs of Pisces and the Aries planets in your house of Pisces, this is going to be quite a month of mega opportunities for the hidden to become revealed. So what you're working with here is a massive excavation process where you are, digging in deep to look for what is there that's hidden. In your mind, in your spirit, in your ancestry, in your grandparents' attic, in your relationships, this is your karma. This is a profound time of excavation of your subconscious mind, of your emotional patterns, of your hidden truths. It can also be an excavation process for your identity and your individuality and things that, you're owning to be true. This is definitely a time for deep exploration, karmic closure, and we are still working with the eclipses as well. So we have to remember that our karma and our dharma, our highest expression this lifetime, and the blocks and gifts that can either keep us from that highest path or aid us on that highest path are all coming to the forefront from the two eclipses we had in March. That second eclipse, which is the last eclipse in the Aries-Libra eclipse cycle, was on March 29th. So that's just a few days before April. We're very much in eclipse season, and you will still be seeing all of that going on. And that Aries eclipse was also in this 12th house. So you can see that, there's no way to get out of what's happening here. And the main mission is to really release what no longer serves you and to figure out what that is. Some things that can be revealed, the hidden things that can be revealed, are unfinished karmic lessons and cycles, or the fact that some things are finished and you're ready to move forward. Saturn there can give you a reality check on your deeper spiritual path. Have you been ignoring your inner callings? This Piscean energy is very much about inner callings. And with the Aries energy combined with it, it's a time for action. It's a time for spiritual action. It's a time for inner decisions. And you may start to make some outer decisions as well, because April 7th, Mercury will go direct. It'll take a few weeks for Mercury to get straight. So by the end of the month, everything will be moving forward there. Venus is going direct on April 12th. It won't be until into May that Venus is out of its fog from just having gone direct. And Mars is still in its post-retrograde shadow period into May as well. But this month, April, is a transition month when things are really starting to wake up. We have all of this Aries energy, but we're still combined with this inner world. Okay, so the actions that you take may be very much aligned with inner decisions or things behind the scenes that will become public at some point. Are you clinging to these old belief systems? This 12th house is about belief systems. And again, these are things that no longer serve you. The North Node transiting in this space is pulling you towards these fate-altering shifts, and you may start seeing those. You may have seen those in March, which was probably one of the most intense months of the year. April may be a close second here. You may recognize repeating cycles. That may be how this 12th house focus comes up. Hidden emotional wounds may also start surfacing. Chiron in this space can definitely bring these deep-seated fears and grief or old emotional pain for you or your ancestors. Patterns of avoidance or escapism. Pisces energy can rule avoidance and escapism, and the lower vibration, denial. So what might be called for now and what might come out from being hidden is acknowledgement and release, so that it can actually be a period of healing and not, continuing a denial process. Something else that was hidden may be these old identities, or something or ego attachments, things that you had been holding on to for a long time. Maybe they had been given to you by society or your parents or your past experiences. So you made some decisions about things, but these hidden forces of showing you that this is what was going on, you could have this illumination. The sun brings illumination of these things you've been unconscious about. Eris in the 12th house, very long-term transit, but still destructive but necessary awakenings. How you've been holding yourself back. And you'll definitely be seeing a lot of layers of your identity or belief system dissolving. Neptune is very much about dissolving, and there is this energy of just, the dissolution of the things that aren't real. You may have burst out from the hidden realm, spiritual intuitive breakthroughs, heightened intuition, messages from beyond, downloads through meditation or dreams or random insights. Mercury in the 12th can also bring hidden messages to light, or can be actually information of somebody saying something about you behind your back, or you talking with people in a quiet space about private things. This is a very private type of energy. Aries is not a private energy. That's where the action and kind of the bursting forth is happening here. But Pisces, which is the predominance of what's going on, is very private. You may feel more drawn to spiritual care. You may have this desire to purge emotional or physical clutter, letting go of objects that hold vibration that you no longer want to stay in, and even people that no longer align with your growth. So a checklist for Taurus to manage this energy is to spend time alone and in reflection. The 12th house is about solitude. It's about inner processing. It's about a retreat from external noise so that you can hear your internal static and clear it. It's a time to pay attention to dreams and symbols. Your dreams may become more vivid. You may have waking dreams, keeping a dream journal or a regular journal, or notice repeating numbers or symbols or synchronicities. Oh, and by the way, the 12th house, I always like to call it the house of synchronicity, because you may notice things that seem to be, quote, coincidental, are really telling a story about where spirit is bringing you, where you're supposed to be going. Also on this checklist is to let go of emotional baggage. And sometimes you have to go through it or bring it back up to be able to let it go. This could be a profound time of forgiveness of yourself and others, of releasing regrets, and finally just saying, you know what, you've tortured yourself enough, and now it's time to move on, and your karma is complete, and you can move forward from here. So any past mistakes, you might be able to get some clarity or peace or readiness to move forward about those. Again, I said before, a lot of this can be an inner decision, something that you don't tell everybody, but you really feel it and you take inner action from it, and even some outer action from it. Even though this might not be the time for certain major actions, because like I said, Venus is sleepy, Mercury is sleepy, May and June will be really great for blasting forward, and you will see things starting to spring forward for sure at this time. It can still be very much about a preparation for a rebirth and trusting the processes of endings. And these new beginnings are going to be naturally starting now and in the months to come. Also on your checklist is to feel, to clear that physical and mental and emotional and spiritual clutter. Detox your space, detox your body, detox your mind, digital detox. Think purification at this time. Look into air filtration, pure water if possible. This is, it's a time for you to see the magnitude of toxic forces that have built up in your system that you're then living through the karma of having. Also on your checklist is to trust your spiritual and intuitive guidance, and to really foster that space, to deepen your connection with meditation or tarot or astrology or spiritual practice, and to trust the answers that are coming from within. This is a very ethereal, mystical, magical, fantastical type of energy, and escaping into those realms may be, part of what goes on right now, because this is a really deep soul reset before a new cycle that is getting ready to burst forth, that you will see signs that it's bursting forth now. You're in the process of closing some major chapters, and what's coming next is bigger than you can imagine. So in this process, you just have to make some space for the new things that want to come in. If you feel this spiritual and emotional and personal rebirth happening, the best you can do is try to avoid resisting it and embrace what is. We have just a little bit more time of Mars in Cancer. It's been in or near Cancer since September, so home, family, housing has been a focus for Mars. And as it moves into Leo, guess what it's going to still focus on for Taurus? Home, family, and housing and real estate. Because as Mars leaves the third house, which it has been in for a long time, it's going to pop back into the fourth house. So you may see some major progress in home and family and housing and real estate projects. And Jupiter, which has been since May 2024, you've got about 9 more weeks of Jupiter blessing your space of your money and your finances. So you might want to take some important actions on planting seeds for your present and future financial security as well, because even if you don't get everything done by the time Jupiter moves in June, the seeds that you plant during this transit can have 12 years of the Jupiter cycle to grow. And Jupiter is headed next to the sign, or it's been in the sign of Gemini, but it's moving next to the house of Gemini. So, if you've been wanting to write or to have speaking projects or to learn or to teach, you've had a lot of support for that, and you will have another upcoming year of support for that as well. And if what you want to learn is astrology, and you resonate with how I teach, then go to beastropro.com, beastropro.com. I've got $1,500 worth of free promos when you register for my Astrology Mastery Certification course now. This promo is going to be ending soon. So if you've wanted to study astrology, I treat astrology like a language. Being multilingual myself, I teach astrology as a language from the ground up, so that you don't miss anything important and you just continue to build and build and build throughout the course. And then you can, do whatever you want to do with astrology, whether it's for your family and friends or to get paid for it. Go to beastropro.com, beastropro.com, and get all of those free goodies. Plus, finally learn astrology. And if you love my content and you don't want to miss anything, plus you want to get early content, my content early, then go to anniehelpsyou.com, put your name and email address in there. You'll get my weekly newsletter that will have all of my current content links. Plus you get all of these amazing free things, my eclipse resource page, my retrograde resource page, my zodiac health tips, my monthly written star report with the sweet and salty dates. Plus you won't miss anything from me because YouTube is not telling you whenever I post, and you're probably missing things that I post. So every Sunday I'm doing weekly reports of the astrology of now, and I'm doing new moon and full moon. So go to anniehelpsyou.com and sign up there. I hope you have a wonderful month, and I'll see you in another report soon. Bye.